former Conservative councillor and general election candidate, Lord Taylor of Warwick, joins me right now. And, OK, where are you on this then? Last night's results, do you think they've actually had an impact on Boris Johnson's leadership?
Well, Patrick, the chances of Boris Johnson changing his leadership style, I think, range from 0 to 0.
But does he have to, though? Because he wins elections.
Yeah, but the opponent in the last general election was Jeremy Corbyn, who was out of his depth in a puddle, basically. I mean, he had no opponent.
He had a manifesto, though, Keir Starmer, hasn't he?
Did he, though? I mean, you talk about Brexit. I'm for Brexit, but Brexit is not an event, it's a process. He made it look as if it was an event, a magic wand. And don't forget, we lost 500 council seats just a few weeks ago. The by-election results were the worst in living history. I think Michael Fabricant really needs to wake up.
OK, all right, so who do you replace him with?
Well, there are a lot of candidates. You see, there's a myth, Patrick, that somehow Boris Johnson is the only person to lead the Conservative Party. It's not true. There's a lot of talent in the cabinet. My only concern about the cabinet, and I'm not saying this, but some say there are more poodles in the cabinet than at Crufts. You know, and that's my concern. But there's some real talent. Penny
I'm
Mordaunt,
just not sure.
You know, Ben Wallace, Tom
to be fair,
Tugendhat.
to be fair, I do like Penny Mordaunt, right? And I think she's whenever
She speaks well of you.
Look, she speaks well of me, does she? OK, there we go.
No, that's a joke.
Got a number.
That is a joke.
No, but I know it was. No one speaks well of me. But seriously though, like I mean, she's OK. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just when it comes to winning elections nationally, at a national level. Now, I must say, as a northerner, as a northern lout. Right?
It's not illegal to be a northerner. Why are you so
It should be the way I do it, mate. But no, I was upset that Boris Johnson didn't go up north recently and he went to Kiev. I think he's been to Kiev enough, in my opinion. And he needs to keep that red wall. I've got to be honest with you. I am a fan of Boris Johnson. I personally wouldn't like to see him go anywhere. But I was upset about that. To me, he doesn't look like a man who's trying to keep the red wall.
Well, he's not listening, and that's the problem. He has a bit of a tone deafness at the moment. He's got the 80-seat majority, and I think it's led to some bad decisions. And he needs to. I'm a one-nation Conservative.
Yeah.
And I was the first black Conservative parliamentary candidate in history. The first black Conservative
Congratulations, by the way. I mean,
I tell you, it's a tough gig.
That's massive.
It's a tough gig. It would have been far easier to join Labour. But I'm not a socialist. I believe in small government, lowering taxes, lowering VAT and all of that. So I couldn't join the Labour Party, but it's been tough as a black Conservative. But I want to see the Conservative Party unite the nation. It's now become, in my opinion, more like a sort of little English national party, with these wedge policies like Rwanda and so forth. It's like, let's divide and rule. A true leader is a healer. He brings North and South together. Even people like you from up north.
Even people like me.
Absolutely.
I've made it down here, for goodness sake. Yeah, absolutely. But look, like Dick Whittington, But but seriously, though, the thing with the Rwanda stuff is, if it passes the pub test, so every single person in this, every right-thinking person in this country, I think we need to do something about what's happening in the Channel.
Yeah, I agree. You've got to do something.
We need to do something about. Well, where are the answers? If the other answer was so blindingly obvious, people would have raised it by now. So this government didn't, and they went, well, we'll do Rwanda then. And
but this is politics driving policy, which I think is wrong.
What do you do?
You say it drives. It meets the pub test. That should not be the.
Well, most people in the pub vote.
Well, I accept that, but look, Patrick, there are embassies all over the world. You could do the visa applications there. They could do, and then they get the visa, then they come to Britain. No visa. Send them straight back, but not to Rwanda. Look, I've got the letter from Oliver
This is what I'm going to say. So I've seen you. I've been holding off on this, right? I can see you. I thought he's not a man who normally looks like to me like he would need to make notes before he comes.
No, it's not notes. It's Oliver Dowden's letter.
Go on, come on.
That's what this is Oliver Dowden, the chairman of the Conservative Party, who resigned today, right? And it starts, "Dear Patrick Christys."
No, I've had a few of those earlier this week. Don't worry.
Dear Prime Minister, and there are key words here. This guy's no fool. Key words with great sadness. It's not an angry letter, it's a sad letter. It talks about the volunteers who are, disheartened. And then it ends by saying he remains loyal, not to Boris Johnson, but to the Conservative Party. So he's making his position clear. And once the chairman of the Conservative Party says, look, I'm out of this, mate.
I get that.
We've got problems.
I get that. But my counter to that would be, if he's loyal to the Conservative Party, Boris Johnson, in my opinion, bizarrely, has not been particularly conservative. We've had this weird net zero agenda. He's not got to grips with immigration. I don't really think we've had Brexit fully done. So actually, what he's saying is he wants someone further right than Boris, is he?
No, I just think, one nation conservative. I think that's what Oliver Dowden is. That's what I want to see. These right-wing policies only divide. They don't unite the nation.
What about you've not to be right-wing if you're a Tory?
No, oh, come on, Patrick. That's a low blow. I'm a one-nation unifier. I want to see people coming together. I believe in helping the small businessman, lower taxes. How can the high street retailer compete with Amazon? You don't even pay business rates. I don't want to see large government. I want to see taxes come down. That's why I'm a Tory, not because it's right-wing, left-wing. That's all jargon.
Okay, so would you say that Boris Johnson actually has given any evidence to suggest that he's a Conservative at the minute?
No, because he's put taxes up, I'm afraid.
Well, he's been a lefty.
He's got a great personality, but it can't just be about being a circus clown. You've got to. It's about being a voice, not an echo. And at the moment, he's an echo. I think he's got people in, number 10 who are telling him what to say. And I don't think it's him talking. It's got to be Boris, the Boris that won London twice.
I mean, that is remarkable, by the way.
Absolutely.
But can I counter that a little bit with, I don't want to parrot the lines. When Boris Johnson was facing that confidence vote, the line out of Downing Street was he's got the big calls right. That was what they would say. That was in there. All their press releases, that was everything. But actually he has, hasn't he? The vaccine rollout, the Ukraine stuff.
No, the NHS got the vaccine rollout. It was not a politician.
We procured it. We procured it.
Yeah, we also wasted a lot of money, your taxpayers' money, millions that went to fraud, got lost in the post. So I don't know.
So you don't think you don't think he's got anything right, really?
He's had a good war. Good photo opportunities.
Well, yeah, that's quite big.
No, but blessed are the peacemakers. It's not about warmongering. We're winning the war. We could lose the peace now because Putin is even richer than he was before. The sanctions are not working, Patrick. It's just not working. Ideas fly or die, and you can pass the pub test, but it doesn't pass the real test.
Okay. Now, could Boris Johnson still rescue it for you? Or have you just gone off him?
No, I think he could still do it.
So how? Come on, sell it to me. Come on, how do we do it?
Authentic policies, be a voice, not an echo. Don't just appeal to the right-wingers.
What policies for you?
The small businessman.
Okay.
Bring down national insurance. Bring down VAT.
Yeah.
Bring down, the business rate. As I said before, the high street is dying. They cannot compete with Amazon. Look, we all buy from Amazon. Yeah, okay.
But someone sent me this on Amazon earlier. I'm still trying to find out exactly what it is.
I'd send that one back, mate.
I thought about it. Carry on.
But the thing is, they're forgetting the core voters who voted Tory. The guy that it's about work, not welfare. That's really what Tories are about.
I'll tell you what, though, mate.
And it's not about, Rishi Sunak is almost like Jeremy Corbyn, just giving money away.
I would argue as well, though, it's also about cojones, okay? And if you care that much about this country, why don't you stand?
Me?
You're a cracking candidate. I'd potentially vote for you.
Well, that's amazing. Have you been drinking? What's in that?
No, well, I knocked it over earlier, so no, there's nothing. I just got wet the crisps.
Yeah, I think on a serious note, it's about.
Come on, why don't you can criticise? You can sit here.
No. Believe me,
paid to criticise Boris Johnson.
Am I getting paid? I didn't think I was getting paid. Anyway,
you're not getting paid.
I think
you've not got the bottom to stand yourself.
I'm afraid not. It got lost in the post. No, it's about vision for Britain. This is a great country. I'm married to an American. Britain's smaller than Texas, and yet the British brand is the biggest and greatest in the world. And we're selling ourselves short, in my opinion. And we're a bit of a laughing stock around the world.
No, we're not.
We are. I'm
sorry. Idiots.
He
laughs at us. Why would they laugh at us? Look, when you go on holiday, it's nice, but you always want to come back home, don't you?
I agree with that, but the levelling up. What's happened about that?
That's fair.
Patrick, the gap between the have-nots and the have-yots is increasing, and that I'm a inner city kid from Birmingham. I didn't grow up with much, and I want to see these kids. Half of young black men in London, for example, unemployed, angry, going into gangs. What's happening about the levelling up? It's that I want. You know, there are black Tories now who feel almost embarrassed to be a Conservative. They want to build their business. They want their kids to have education and to aspire. You know, Labour, Patrick, oh, you're black, you're a Northerner.
They do.
You can't
well,
get,
they pigeonhole you.
Exactly.
They do.
And that's why I'm not a socialist.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. They do. They put you on.
Keir Starmer is going around stirring up apathy. You know, he's strutting around.
I don't know if he's got the strength to stir anything up.
Strutting around as if he's a young Robert De Niro. He's more like Rabbit De Niro. I mean, it's ridiculous. He doesn't convince me at all. No. So the answer to your question is yes, he can rescue it, but he's got to be a voice, not an echo. At the moment, he's echoing right-wing policies that he thinks will appeal to the red wall seats.
If there was a general election tomorrow, he'd win, though, wouldn't he?
You mean if it was now?
Right now, tomorrow, general election.
I'm not convinced, because look at the by-election result. Look at, they're disastrous. I understand what you're saying, but there's a lot. I realise that, but there's a lot of anger out there at the moment, and governments lose elections rather than oppositions winning them. And you see, Labour are only 4 points ahead. So Labour can only really form a government if they go into coalition with the Lib Dems, which I think could be a disaster.
I think.
These seats swivel round. I'm now facing West Ham.
Exactly. The only thing I feel I've got to sit on every day. Anyway, look, thank you so much. Honestly, I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed this, I must say. Thank you so much.
See you.
And thank you everyone who's been getting in touch. I can see that the inbox has been popping off. That was, of course, Lord Taylor of Warwick. Can I ask why Warwick? You're actually from Warwick, or do you just choose it?
You know, I'm from Birmingham, which is near Warwick. And my father played cricket for Warwickshire.
Oh, fantastic. I tell you, well, what a cracking answer that was. There you go. Knocked that one straight out of the park, didn't he? All right, okay.